The Sharks will then actually, Michael Bing here is not a shark, he is a coach. He is from the, he's the director of the Washington, D.C. Minority Business Center. And so he will be acting as a coach in order to encourage them toward making the very best presentation to get the end result that they would like to have. So joining us as our shark-friendly sharks, we have on our far left, my far left, William Crowder, Comcast Ventures Catalyst Fund. We have next to him Lorraine Pendleton from the U.S. Business Development. She's the U.S. Business Development Director, and she's an angel investor. And then we also have Sharon G. Bordeloy. Is it correct? I don't want to get it wrong. Sharon G. Bordeloy, who is here as a Chief Executive Officer of Top Notch, Securing the Enterprise. Thank you very much for being here. Let's welcome them. And we are ready for our very first participant in our shark-friendly take.
Good afternoon, ladies. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Good afternoon. I'm Julia Wilson, CEO and founder of Wilson Global Communications. Welcome. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, sharks. Thank you today. Wilson Global has created a niche market in strategic international public relations. We introduce African Americans, leaders to opportunities in international marketplaces, in education, civic affairs. Over the last 6 years, we've introduced presidents of historically black universities and colleges and Congressional Black Caucus members to their counterparts in China, in France, and in Africa. We are the Pied Piper for African Americans to go global. We've created a niche market in China, Brazil, and Africa. And I'll tell you a little bit about our company. I started the company, I founded it in South Africa in 1994 when Nelson Mandela was running for president. I went initially as a TV news reporter to cover the elections. And when I got there and I saw what I saw, not the stories that I'd heard about here, but I saw Africans with business suits and briefcases, skyscrapers, freeways, and palm trees just like in California. So I said, you know, I feel like I've been lied to all my life. So I picked up the phone and I called the television station and I said, after this assignment, I am not coming back. And I called my family and I said, I'm not coming home. I'm staying in Africa. Now, after I made that decision, I said, how am I going to make a living? What am I going to do? So I just listed my skills and I said, well, I can write. I know a lot of people. I can produce TV shows and I can produce radio shows. So that equals a public relations company, right? So I began to hire and train people in South Africa. I trained 8 staff members of different ethnicities, and they spoke 11 official languages. Coca-Cola became our first client, and I became the first American to found and to own a public relations company in the new South Africa. We focused our services on media, and then we expanded to Ghana. The Ghanaian government hired us to publish the top 100 businesses in Ghana and link them with President Bill Clinton's visit there. And then Europe heard about us, and the Prince of Wales Trust hired us to chronicle Prince Charles's philanthropic activities in South African townships. I even got a one-on-one videotape with Prince Charles. Then we expanded to China. In 2005, I moved the offices here to Washington, D.C., and we started expanding to China, Brazil, and France. In France, we worked with Arriva T&D, which is the largest nuclear company in France, and I helped them to launch a new product. I went and emceed their program there, and then the State Department, the US State Department, gave me a Fulbright scholarship to give speeches in universities in Paris and Lyon, France. I then wrote a multicultural education article that was published in France. And then we went to China. China is our biggest client now. They're our anchor client. We introduce African Americans to opportunities and their counterparts in China. You see pictures here of the Congressional Black Caucus and the leader of the National Urban League. We've taken several delegations there. As a result of these visits, we have secured from the Chinese government 1,400 scholarships for African American students to study in China. 400 to the Congressional Black Caucus and 1,000 to historically black universities and colleges. Then in Brazil, I traveled with the State Department on a couple of occasions, the last time being with the Assistant Secretary of State, to help Afro-Brazilians participate in the 2014 FIFA World Cup and the 2016 Summer Olympics. We have a 5-person multicultural team. They're experienced, they're youthful. I'm the oldest one. We're technically skilled and we're very creative. So we're very excited about our team, but we need to expand. We have 2 full-time staff members, 3 regular staff, and then we hire outside vendors when we need it. We've remained very unique, and we continue to own our niche market. As the global market leader for promoting African Americans within international markets, we've differentiated ourselves in that way from our competitors. What we've discovered is that since the world is so interconnected with the internet and all, it's very important that we participate as global citizens, as we participate as global entrepreneurs, as students who learn other languages and cultures about other people. What we've discovered is that even though other Americans are participating in the global system, African Americans are being left behind. We are not there, and Americans in general are behind in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So we're passionate about promoting people of African descent, and African Americans are our #1 priority. We're fulfilling a very important need. African Americans make up 13.1% of the population, but only 5.3% are studying abroad. And less than 5% are in the Peace Corps, the Fulbright programs, and other international programs that are available. Very few minority businesses even think about going beyond our borders to do business. Now, I must confess, we started out as social entrepreneurs, trying to change the world, do wonderful things without any money. That's called organic growth. We got a little tired of organic growth, and about a year ago, we decided we need to be more strategic. So we are strategically growing now. We made a decision, and that's why we're here today, Sharks. We want you to partner with us and help us grow and grow with us. Based on our strength and expertise, this is our business model. We have 5 components. I don't know if you can see the board. Our #1 component is our China educational and diplomatic exchanges. And we will continue to take African Americans to China. We have a very high-level client there, and as you know, even though China has embarked upon capitalism, it is still a communist country, and the orders come from above. So the highest person that you can get to, that's who you need to get to if you can, because it takes many years to do that. I started going there in 2002. I didn't sign a contract till 2010. So you have to be very patient, and you have to build what we call guanxi. Guanxi is the ability to build relationships in the Chinese way. And then we have our media product as our second prong. We have a radio program that I've actually already taped on WHUR called Going Global with Julia Wilson, where I give a 2-minute tips on how to do business internationally. Those 2 minutes will be inserted throughout the day in between other programs. Then we plan to expand that into a 30-minute program and then syndicate nationally and on Sirius Radio. We will also revisit our 30-minute television show on a contract we had with Voice of America in 2008. Chrysler was our client and they went under, but our contract is still good to expand the show to 40 countries worldwide. And then I have a column on ebony.com. I'm not sure if any of you read the last story, but since last month was Sexual Assault Awareness Month, I published a personal story of myself, and we got thousands and thousands of hits on that particular story. Our third prong is U.S. and federal government contracts. We've never gone after federal contracts before, but the State Department has a budget of $46.2 billion. 69 million of those are designated specifically for international exchange programs. We asking for it today are available to us that we have. Speaking of,
Hear from our.
I don't know what to do. Okay.